Okay, so the folks at AGM have created this AGM M6 phone, which is a non-smartphone. So, you'd call it a flip phone, except it doesn't flip. I don't even know what you call a phone like this anymore. And they seem to be labeling it as something for senior citizens. And by that, I mean, it's not a smartphone. They remove all the apps. They make it real simple to use. And the idea is, I guess, that seniors who are baffled by modern, something like an iPhone, can actually have a phone like this that they can use. And I've got a member of my family who this might fit for. But let's see if by taking out all the features, if there's anything left that makes this worth using as a phone. So we'll start by pulling it out of the box and just seeing what it looks like, get it charged up, get a SIM in it, and start seeing what we can do in terms of messaging and calls. Okay, so let's see what this AGM senior phone looks like. Not much of a picture on the box, not much adornment on the box, so we're not getting any clues from that. But here's the phone itself. Got that. And presumably going to have a charger cable of some kind. This is a USB on one end. USB-C cable. We always like it when the things are charged with USB-C because it means we can get a replacement very easily. A normal charger, let's see how many watts this thing says it'll provide. 1 milliamp. So this is kind of a normal, not a high-powered charger. And then a charging stand. So you don't plug your cable right into this guy. You drop this phone into the charging stand, which is, I don't know, is that easier or harder to figure out? So I'm not sure. So there's the phone itself, and it comes with a battery that is shipped not in the phone. So we take that battery out. It's gonna be a one-time operation getting the battery into the phone. And for something that's built for the seniors with and we don't have a whole lot of documentation, but now the first thing we have to do is get this battery inserted into it. I think I'm going to tackle that right now as part of the unboxing because we can't get anything done without that. So how do you get the back off of this guy? There we go. Pull the back off, and it's got this picture showing me that I have to lift off this battery cover and then put the battery in. So let's see if we can figure this out. Lift off this thing. Put in the battery. It's going to connect to those guys down there. And then I guess we have to put this battery cover back on. This is, if you're worried, if they're worried about seniors being able to use this thing, this is not a senior-friendly operation, but I'm guessing, it only has to be done once. And now, guy's ready for charge.
Okay, so this charging base is connected to a USB-C drive, USB-C connector. When I drop it in, pops up. A little screen that says it's charging, and when it's complete, it tells you so.
Okay, so we had one unanswered question about this guy. This is it has a USB-C and a 1/8-inch audio headphone jack on it, and was wondering what this could possibly be for. So I thought this guy only charged in the this guy was only going to charge in the with these two pins in the charge adapter, and you saw me charge it up that way. But it has a hidden USB port here that you can get to by opening up the cover, and you can actually charge it by just plugging your USB-C cable right in there too. And if you plug this guy in, you can then use a headset with it, so to listen to music or presumably to make hands-free calls. So that's the mystery solved. This is one of these things that's a little bit of a weakness in a phone. This phone is supposed to be waterproof, but if you don't close the USB cover, it's not waterproof anymore. So it's a vulnerability that one must be aware of. And this is not unique to this phone as a problem. It's lots and lots of phones have the same issue. Okay, a little bit more excitement here. You remember you saw me commenting that getting the battery in and out was not a real user-friendly operation. Turns out that after putting the battery in, I have to take it back out because this is where the SIM trays are, underneath the battery. I like a phone that has a SIM tray that you can pop out on the side, but so be it. Okay, well, interestingly enough, I think it takes a micro SIM, and I dropped a nano SIM in there and locked it down, and it's working. So I'm actually on the T-Mobile network. I have some messages and I'm on Mint Mobile, so the device is actually working. So now we get a chance to check it out. Okay, so it's really no fault of AGM, but it's hard to believe that we used to be able to make use of phones like these. Things are so hard that to suggest that it's suitable for a senior is, I don't know, it's just doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna give you an example. If I tell my mom she has to add a name of a friend, let's say a friend Jane, to her thing. Okay, first she has to unlock the phone and she has to remember, oh, These two buttons correspond to the soft buttons on the screen. Press the star key. Why do I have to do that? Now, how do I add a contact? Probably go to contacts. I want to emphasize that the names you see on this phone and the names that I'm entering are not real people. They're just sample names. There is no Bill Nelson. There is no Jill Nelson. There is no Jane Nelson. And the only phone number you see here is for directory assistance. It is not a person's phone number, so there is no user identifiable information here. These are options, new. Now I got to push this button in the middle. Phone, SIM, what does that mean? Well, Mom doesn't know, but she's going to store her contacts on her phone. New contact name. Now she has to type in Jill. Here's where it gets really hard. She types J. No J shows up. JKL5 on the bottom. What does that mean? Well, she can select J to get the letter J, but she'll figure that out eventually. ILL. Now I have to say OK again. It's space. Let's say it's Jill Nelson. NELSON. The phone's smart enough to figure out from those keys that I wanted Nelson, so it's a common name, it's going to work. And I say OK, and then I have to enter mobile, home, unclassified. I guess I'll enter mobile. And I'm going to say 919555. Save. So that's what it takes to add a new contact, and that's pretty hard. That's a pretty hard row for Mom to hoe. If she wants to send a message, things get really nasty. So she has to go to this message app, and it's kind of hard to say there, but it says write message. So new SMS or MMS. Mom, SMS is text only, MMS includes pictures. Who do I send it to? Okay, so there's no option here to pick a person. There's my people. So I'm going to send it to Mark. I say click. If I go back, does it remember Mark? It doesn't seem to. What happened? So I select Mark again, select options, and then select OK. Now it's got Mark in there, and then I send him a message. HELLO. And then it said genome. So, and then I'm going to send that to Mark, and it's sent successfully. So this is all, this all works. And for somebody who's young and sophisticated and a quick learner, I think they'll be able to pick all this stuff up pretty quickly. But for somebody who's a little bit older, well, first off, the installation, they're not going to be able to do that themselves. Installation of the battery and the SIM are going to be impossible for a senior. And then the learning curve on getting to learn this stuff, that's the problem. These things are not intuitive, and they aren't like any smartphone that a person may have used. So I'm going to say this phone gets dinged down to 1 star because it advertises itself as being for seniors, and I think it's totally inappropriate. It may have really good uses elsewhere, but for simplifying the use of seniors is not going to be it. I just want to let you know that I am honored by Amazon to be in the Vine program, and I take it very seriously. I work really hard with my family to do reviews on these products. We have a lot of fun doing it. We get to see a lot of interesting things. And what I hope more than anything is that my reviews help you make good selections for your products. If they do, that's good for you, it's good for me, and it's good for Amazon. Hope you enjoyed the review.